Sword of the Demon Hunter Episode 17 is a powerful, philosophical, and action-packed chapter that dives deep into the heart of what it means to be a warrior, a protector, and, most importantly, a human being. The episode is set in two eras, beginning in the turbulent Genji Year 1, 1864 of the Edo period, and then leaping forward to the modern day. Through its dual timelines, the episode explores the burdens of violence, the cost of conviction, and the struggle to find meaning in a world where the line between good and evil is never as clear as a sharpened blade. The episode opens in 1864, with the shogunate in decline and the samurai class restless. The air is thick with talk of rebellion and the need for the samurai to rise up as the old order crumbles. But even as some plot revolution, others warn of the dangers of being overheard. Danger is everywhere, and trust is in short supply. Suddenly, a confrontation erupts. A samurai brandishes his blade, accusing another of being tainted. The accusation is more than just an insult. It's a sign of spiritual and moral corruption, a theme that will echo throughout the episode. We then shift to Jinya, now living a quieter life as a father figure to Nomari-chan. The contrast between his current domesticity and his violent past is stark. Friends tease him about how naturally he's taken to parenthood, but Jinya's peace is short-lived. He's visited by Hatakeyama, a high-ranking samurai who brings troubling news. A demon named Kiichi Okada, once a loyal warrior, has become a murderer, killing not just enemies but also comrades, women, and children. Hatakeyama pleads with Jinya to stop Kiichi, not as a hired blade, but as a last hope to prevent further bloodshed. Jinya is suspicious. Why not send another demon to deal with Kiichi? Hatakeyama admits that the only other demon in his employ, Tsuchiura, is a comrade of Kiichi's and cannot be asked to kill his own. The request is loaded with political intrigue, and Jinya senses there's more to the story than Hatakeyama is letting on. Still, the prospect of a killer demon on the loose is too much for Jinya to ignore. He's torn between his desire for peace and his sense of duty. A classic samurai dilemma. As Jinya contemplates his next move, he's joined by a friend who encourages him to embrace his weakness, his growing reluctance to kill. The friend suggests that one day, Jinya will come to value this so-called weakness, hinting at a deeper transformation taking place within him. Jinya's internal struggle is palpable. He wants to protect the innocent, but he's haunted by the violence that has defined his life. The episode's centerpiece is the duel between Jinya and Kiichi Okada at Itobashi Bridge. The two warriors size each other up, each recognizing the other's skill and the darkness that clings to them. Their conversation is as much a battle of philosophies as it is of swords. Kiichi, once a samurai, has become a demon by cutting away all attachments, family, friends, mentors, even his own humanity. He believes that only by shedding these impurities can one achieve true mastery of the blade. For Kiichi, killing is not just a means to an end. It is the very purpose of his existence. Jinya, on the other hand, is burdened by what Kiichi calls excess, the memories, relationships, and emotions that make him human. He admits that he, too, has killed many demons and absorbed their power, hoping it would give him the conviction to wield his sword without hesitation. But now, he finds himself questioning the path he's chosen. Is it possible to be a great warrior without becoming a monster? Can one fight for others without losing oneself in the process? Their duel is fierce and evenly matched. Jinya realizes that, in pure skill, he might only have a 1 in 10 chance of victory against Kiichi. But it's not just about skill. It's about conviction, purpose, and the willingness to bear the weight of one's choices. As the fight rages on, both men are forced to confront the contradictions within themselves. Kiichi accuses Jinya of being tainted, but Jinya counters that it is precisely his excess, his love, his regrets, his desire to protect, that gives his blade its edge. In the end, the duel ends without a clear victor. Both men are wounded, but neither is willing to deliver the final blow. Kiichi, impressed by Jinya's resolve, declares that there can be no winner or loser when both still live. He promises that they will meet again, eager to see what answer Jinya's tainted blade will offer in the future. The encounter leaves Jinya shaken but resolute. He may not have all the answers, but he knows he cannot abandon his humanity, no matter how much it complicates his life as a demon hunter. The episode then jumps to the modern day, where the echoes of the past still linger. Jinya, now living under the name Miyaka, manages a convenience store and is surrounded by friends who have no idea of his true identity or the battles he's fought. The tone is lighter, with playful banter and everyday concerns replacing the life and death stakes of the past. But even here, the question of meaning persists. Miyaka is asked if he's found any purpose in his tainted blade, and he reflects on how, despite all the pain and loss, none of it was meaningless. The excess he once tried to shed has become a source of strength, a reminder that even the most contradictory life can have value. The episode closes with Miyaka acknowledging that his blade may be dull, but that's not a weakness. It's a sign that he no longer needs to cut through everything in his path. He's learned to live with contradiction, to accept the messiness of life, and to find meaning in the connections he's made along the way. It's a quietly profound ending, one that suggests that true strength lies not in purity or perfection, but in the willingness to carry one's burdens and keep moving forward. Sword of the Demon Hunter Episode 17 is a masterful blend of action, philosophy, and character development. It asks big questions about violence, morality, and the search for meaning, but it never loses sight of the human stories at its core. Jinya's journey from ruthless demon hunter to reluctant protector is both epic and deeply personal, and the episode's ending leaves viewers with a sense of hope, that even in a world full of darkness, it's possible to choose compassion, connection, and a different kind of strength.